There's power in doing what you don't want to do. For me, yesterday I attended an event. It's a networking event with tech-based people. This was like the tech-based people who were into technology and software, cybersecurity, engineering, all in one. Now, for me, I I'm currently not into tech. I had a background in software development. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I shifted to finance. Happy I did that, but I still felt the need to attend the event for the simple fact that I need a network. I need to put myself out there, and there is power in me doing what I don't want to do. Back then, probably like a year ago, definitely like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of attending something like this because one, I went by myself. Two, I already had a stigma about these type of events, and three, I didn't want to do it. I simply just didn't want to do it. And there's power in doing what you don't want to do. I drove there, got off work, drove straight there, went by myself. Um, had some attire on that was appropriate for sure. Gotta look nice. Went up there. Within like less than 2 minutes, I just struck a conversation with a gentleman, and we spoke for over an hour, like an hour and a half. Got his info. We locked in. He was very transparent about interviews and his background. But the point is, this is something that at one point I wouldn't have done. I didn't want to do, but I put my pride to the side and made the effort to do it. And there was power in that. I can look back and say, this is something that most people wouldn't even want to do, like just show it by themselves. From what I saw, most people had already known somebody. I feel like, for one, there weren't too many people who were as young as me. I was walking around looking, and I'm like, okay. I had expected that, by the way. I already expected, like, all right, this is definitely something where I'm kind of the odd one out because most people seem to be in their 30s, if not late 20s, but it looked like most people were in their 30s. And right now I'm 23. So I'm looking at these people and I'm like, all right, they're older than me and they didn't come by themselves. So there's power in knowing that I took a big leap. I'm doing what most people wouldn't have done. Most people didn't do it. And I didn't take too much time to actually go and strike a conversation with somebody. I met a few individuals after that. I connected with them. I met even more individuals after that. And that would have never happened if I didn't take the time to actually network on my own, doing that on my own rather than somebody pushing me to go do it, somebody being there with me, somebody driving me. I did that on my own. Power in doing what you don't want to do. That also shows up in doing reps, like when you're working out. And everybody gets tired. Like, you're supposed to get tired. That's how you know you're actually working out the way you should be. Your body starts to give out, you fatigue, you can't think straight. But it's up to the individual to continue with the rep. Some people, they can't continue with the workout. Others, they just wait. I know when I would go to the gym, in between reps, I'll just have my headphones in and I'll be on my phone just trying to get the energy back. And it's hard. Now, if I do a set of push-ups or like some V sit-ups, it's like, okay, yeah, I just did that. But how much time in between the work, how much time in between each rep am I usually letting pass by? And I don't want to do more reps because I can feel the burn. But there's another element to that. There's the element of doing one more rep than you had initially planned. If I do 20 setups, 20 again, maybe the second time or third time I do 22. Or if I just wanted to do 2 sets of 20, I might do a third set. And I didn't really want to do it, but there's power behind it. I'm saying, okay, I really didn't want to do that initially, but I made an effort to do it. So I kind of feel better about that. And you do that often enough in everything that you do. When you pay attention to the little things that you do, things you don't want to do, when you have to study or pay bills or wash your car, you really don't want to do that stuff. You just want to sit back and chill. But you do it. And when you do it, there's something that happens over time as you continue to do it. You understand the feeling of, oh, all right, this is just annoying. Like, I don't really want to do this. And then the result is, it wasn't really that bad. I did it. I'm glad I did it. There's a sense of relief. There's an exhale that you have. And you're like, man, I'm kind of proud of myself for doing that. I'm glad I did that. And that's what it's all about, doing what you don't want to do. Because ultimately, to get where you want to go, to be where you want to be in life at, the highest level, and continue to reach new levels, you really have to lock in and do what you don't want to do. And you have to do that consistently, daily. Always have to do that and pay attention to the things that you truly don't want to do, but you end up doing them anyways. These are beneficial. They're not easy. They're draining as much mentally as they are physically and even emotionally. You have to put your emotions to the side. I can sit here and say I'm not too emotional. I feel like I'm not too emotional. So, yeah, I could probably just do it, but it's really not that simple. You really have to make an effort to do what you don't want to do, because there's power in that. Once you realize there's power in that, over time, you say, okay, I understand that these are my emotions getting the best of me, but I can definitely just relax for a second, do what I have to do for however long I got to do it, for however many reps I got to do, whatever it is. You do that and you become stronger. You definitely become stronger. So I'll continue to do that, and I'll pay attention as much as I can to things that I have no passion, no drive for initially, but I make the effort to do them anyways. And that'll really benefit me moving forward. And that's what it's all about, because there's power in that. With more power, who knows what's possible.